We got to figure out. You got to figure out. I think we should talk about where you want it to go, like ending point, and then we'll build everything in between.
Well, I added a mention of a gun earlier now, just in case.
Well, it's Chekhov's
Don't talk about it now. We're live.
Chekhov's gun.
We're live.
You can't put a gun on stage if you're not going to use it, Tony.
We're live.
I heard you. You heard what I said.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. That's why I dropped it in. See if it fits. Just hi YouTube.
Hi YouTube.
Wait, let me make sure that we're on the YouTubes and everything's going fine. Oh no, see, we're on the Tony Soto Show YouTubes, which is hosted by Meatball at the moment. So
fun. Meatball. Love Meatball.
But because I've had progress on the project, I'm like, oh good, I'm actually earning my hiatus from the podcast.
Good. Oh, I thought you were going to say you're eager to reclaim your perch.
No. She's fine. I mean, I feel like she's going to turn it into a guest show very soon. I don't think she can do the 30 minutes alone for much longer. And also, I guess someone had emailed and said that solo podcasts are cringe. What do you think about that? Do you think solo podcasts are cringe, Case?
It depends on the podcast. I feel like you have a lot to say. And so sometimes
there's very little dead air. You get a full 30 minutes from me. Meatball's been giving you 25 to 27 minutes. She can't even do a full 30.
Well, because probably
weak stream.
She comes from the world of corporate podcasting where you have to build in time breaks for your ads.
She puts them in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no.
She's still only hitting 25 minutes?
Yeah, girl.
Come on, Meatball.
Yeah, exactly. Get it together, Meatball. If you're going to be doing the Tony Soto show,
you got a reputation. You're filling in for one of the loosest yaps in town, so you really gotta. And honestly, Meatball, I know you to have a loose yap, and
I
so
I thought
the
maybe sound of that.
You have a
yap. I don't like that word usage for the mouth. A yap.
I think it's plenty apropos for the yapping that you got there. I mean. Look at it. It's gaping. Literally, you just gaped. She got a gapey yap, if you know what I mean. Up top.
I can hear what you're saying. I don't know that I know what you mean. Would you like to do a show for YouTube and the world?
Do it.
All right, hold on. Now that we are no longer restricted, it feels good not to be restricted. I don't want to harp on it. I'm just saying I like
restrictions are bad.
So we're gonna give you watch.
Come on, watch.
Is it what are you authenticating, watch?
Oh, it's Jenny's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Jenny. All right, we're gonna do a 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet that's just like Barbie, because we've been around for 64 years with your Barbie girl, Casey Lai, and Ken.
Excuse me, Skipper here.
Okay, I'll give you Skipper.
I'm the younger sister. Let's tag along, if you will. Tony Soto.
Give it up for my favorite tag, everybody. Tony Soto.
Yeah, like a skin tag. You know what I mean?
I was thinking more of fag, but with a T.
Oh, all right. Good. That's nice. I'll take that. Hi, Case.
Hi, Towns.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
I feel good. I do. I feel good. It's nice. Everywhere else in the world is burning on fire, but LA is still kind of chill right now. The weather in LA has been quite nice.
Yeah. I mean, what, 84 here? I mean, isn't that, I feel like that's normal here. And they're like, oh, it's going to get up to 88 by the weekend. I'm like, well, that sounds fine.
Finally, yeah, the little beach, and our water's not 97 degrees like it is in Florida. It's great. But I did want to ask before we get into the real, meat of it all. Are you? Everyone's talking about Barbie. Are you lining up to go see the movie? You don't really.
Well, you know what? I've read some of the reviews of the movie, and I think I like the camp of it all. I think I like the fact that Mattel is the villain.
Uh-huh.
I love that Barbie. I love that little clip they put in the trailer where she would pick the high heel over the Birkenstock because she doesn't want to learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will go see Barbie. Yes. I'm currently so I'm gonna stop taking the Chantix. I've decided.
Okay. The dream's getting a little too real.
Well, I'm depressed.
Okay.
And I have no reason to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like it's been 3 weeks. I've taken it for 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks since I started Chantix.
something.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Do you know that there was do you remember there was a band called Hootie and the Blowfish? Do you know that? Can you remember that? Like that, man, the 90s were wild. Anyway. So yeah, so I think like I don't like the side effects of those pills. I think I don't, and because I've taken this before back in Chicago when I was a brown liquor drinker, you know? And I had the depression then too, but I just equated it because I was drinking the booze.
I'm proud of you for taking steps to quit smoking. Also, shout out to my mom who is doing what she can to quit smoking as well without Chantix because she doesn't.
Yeah,
like
but your mom's
either.
right. The Chantix makes you crazy. Your mom's right because it works and it works quickly. It worked quickly for me. So I'm gonna stop now because I'm not smoking. I don't have cravings for smoking.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna stop. And to circle it back to Barbie, I was watching a commercial for it on the TV, and I was like, maybe I should go see Barbie. Maybe that'll take me out of this goddamn depression.
Yeah. And you can't smoke in movie theaters, so it's just another 2 hours where you're going to be good.
Win. Yeah,
win. Were you the type of homosexual who liked dolls when you were younger?
I don't recall liking dolls. I mean,
Yeah.
like not feminine dolls. Like I had the action figures, you know what I mean? I had the He-Mans and the Ninja Turtles and whatnot. But I remember when you were in kindergarten, did you like have like playtime where like you had like a fake kitchen where like you had the fake eggs and the hot dogs and whatnot?
Yeah.
And I played with action figures at home, but in kindergarten, my friend April would always be the man when we played. So she would work and I would make the hot dogs and the eggs for when she came home. So
hot dogs and eggs for dinner. All right.
Every
day.
Night. Every day. Wow. But with love.
I got was it with love, Tony? Even then, I can't imagine you being like, "Honey, come on, sit down at the table, let's chat." Here's your eggs and your hot dogs. Where you been all day, you bitch?
You don't know when actually I was broken. How dare you? You don't know the actual moment. I might have been a young, aspiring, hopeful young lad at one point. I don't remember. I've burned those memories away. But I do think that the hot dogs and eggs is a route to my homosexuality because it's not like I didn't want to work. She wouldn't let me.
No. And when she wasn't around, you were sucking on the hot dogs before you come, I bet, too. Just taking one hot dog. Yeah, I don't want to eat it. Hot dog. She's like, hot dogs again.
Don't taint up my school memories.
You're right. I'm sorry. My strongest memory from kindergarten is also my first real foray into public comedy. We, for whatever reason, we were given artichokes for snack time one day. I don't know, they're trying to be healthy, I guess. I went to a Quaker school for kindergarten.
That's interesting. So no war there.
No, we did not do war. We did artichokes. We artichoked you to death. But I remember one girl being like, "Oh my God, I love artichokes." And I said, "Well, then why don't you marry them?" And the place went wild, and I was scolded for breaking the laws of Quakerism, which is,
which is what? What is that?
No aggression towards anyone.
Being prideful.
sit and think. There was like, even in kindergarten, they made us go to like meeting house where you had to sit in silence and like listen to like for a while, and then like a teacher would chime in and talk about a butterfly experience they had. It was very odd as a kid.
Listen, the Quakers are the best of the cult members. Like out of all the cults, the Quakers are the best. Like when it comes down to Quakers, they're always like, no, we don't like fighting, and we'll be damned if we will. You know, so I appreciate that. I appreciate a good Quaker. They have hats.
They have hats. No, they've been doing the right. And honestly, back in that, not to make it all about the origins of American history in New England, but the Quakers were the one people that everyone could agree were spawn of Satan, and they hated like on all sides. Everyone hated the Quakers, you know. So they knew what it was like.
They knew persecution.
They knew what it was like. Yeah,
they got it.
So anyway, Barbie.
I was like, yeah, where do we go with that? No, are you gonna go see it? Do you want to go see it? Should we go see it?
I want to see it. I like everything.
I think Margot Robbie is a cutie.
I agree. I've never been the biggest Ryan Gosling head. I never saw The Notebook. Maybe that would have made me goop for Ryan back in the day. But
he's the bimbo character. So like that's what I also like. It's like because oh my God, who was it? I think it was Pierce Morgan or something was talking about the Barbie movie being a slap in the face to men, and how. And I'm like, oh, you mean so he's playing the character that every woman has played in Hollywood films, opposite like whatever heartthrob was hot at that moment. Yeah, like he's playing one character that's the bimbo, and like everything's over. Society is done.
Also, at what point was anyone like, I can't wait to go see the Barbie movie for the pinnacle of masculinity, and I really hope that they hold down gender norms, you know? And it's like, okay, well, you know, fucking.
But I think that Ryan's a little old for Ken, don't you think? To play
Ken's old. He's 64 years old.
No, but he's not I think he's a little too old to play Ken. I think Ken needs to be twinkier.
I mean, you know me, I always love a twink in a big time role. Who would you have liked to have seen?
I don't know names.
Timothy Chalamet.
You know, I don't know names. I don't care to know who they are. I know their characters. Oh my God, we just lost a soap actress who played Tina Roberts on One Life to Live, and it broke my heart. Was my favorite storyline was when she poured poison on Cord's mother and she died.
Well, this wasn't on the list. Did this just happen? Are you paying attention to Threads in real time? Have you joined Threads?
I'm not joining Threads. No. First of all, are you on Threads?
No, I haven't joined it yet.
Because here's the thing: Instagram, Facebook, Meta, whatever. Did you see the picture of Mark Zuckerberg with no shirt on being trained by like MMA fighters? No. I'm telling you, he's a lethal weapon. He's gonna.
I want him to fight. I want him to maybe kill Elon.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset with that. But
but I'm not pro Mark Zuckerberg. I just want to say that I do not like him.
No. And here's the thing too. What is making me so mad is like everyone who fucking has such a beef with Elon Musk and how Elon Musk ruined fucking Twitter. Like, I don't know how we have forgotten about the conservative think tank that fucking Zuckerberg sold our data to in the beginning of fucking Facebook. He's just as evil as Elon is. He's just been around longer, so you're nostalgic for him. And truth be told, I don't need Instagram to tell me every time James Fritz fucking threads. All right. Wow. I don't need and that's just that. Oh no, well, that's because she's just newly on it and she's threading up a storm.
She loves
but it's always James Fritz and a couple other people being like threaded. And I was like, I don't need to know that. And here's another thing. It's like I read the terms. Now, I have decided that I'm going to start reading the terms of agreements more. You know what I mean? Okay. And I read that you're hooked on Threads now. Like if you love your Instagram, but you hate Threads, you can't quit Threads because you'll have to quit Instagram too. Not that Instagram's something that I've been trying to get off that shit for years.
Yeah, I similarly have I agree with the sentiment. It's like you know, everyone fucking Twitter was the place. Twitter was the best thing. Twitter had, you know, was starting revolutions and doing good. And it's like and Facebook is the one that fucking gave us Trump. And it's like, no, all social media, let's be fair, is bad. Okay, and the fact that we are forgetting that in 2015, 2016, Facebook led the way way in disinformation, led the way, and opened up the doors for mining your data so conservatives could use it for ill, and knew who to target with this, and Russia could too. You know, I mean, there's no good social media. There is less bad. TikTok, you know, is killing kids in boats, which is good, but it's not benign, you know. So I don't know. But people need to be heard.
No, but this need to be heard is so silly, because what it comes down to the majority of it, let's face it, all you people out there listening, what do you have? 300 followers. And look, I don't want to be that bitch. I don't want to be that bitch and be like, you know, because like, look, I've been trying to get over 5,000 on Instagram since I fucking started. And it's not fucking easy, because I don't want to buy any followers or do that fucking shit. I want it to be organic.
Yeah.
But it's like, your platform's not that big, babes. So we don't need to fucking hear what you're doing and what you're threatening and what you're tweeting and what you're fucking spilling and splatting and whatever the fuck. I don't understand why everyone needs a platform. If like the way they rush to other social media platforms, go outside and take a little walk around the block, use that energy. Like,
well, the problem with that, it's 96 million degrees outside. So
well, also deal with that.
America. Listen,
I'm sorry that God hates your state. I'm sorry that the Lord hates you. I'm sorry that your prayers aren't being answered, but what do you want from me? Sorry, Texas. I don't care. Fuck Texas. Burn, Texas.
I know.
Burn. I saw a news story like, oh my God. The playground equipment is 130 degrees. They could get second. Go slide, baby. Slide. I don't care.
I would say let the kids read a book, but we know you don't want to do that in Texas either. So I don't know. I don't know. Have them learn a trade. Have them invent some sort of device that pulls hydrogen and that pulls CO2 out of the earth, you know.
And look, you mentioned it earlier, and I don't think that we should just throw it away. The fact that the oceans around Florida are literally almost 100 degrees.
It's terrifying. That's terrifying.
And over the holiday weekend, we have beat the high temperature for the planet. And what people don't seem to understand is that people in the United States, because we're so self-centered, we only think about this country, and even that we don't. It's summer here, but it's winter in other places. You know what I mean?
Southern Hemisphere.
And we need those winter places to have good, strong, cold winters. We need them, or whatever happens during their winter. Wet, be it wet, being it whatever. We need them to have a good one of those, so we can stop having these shitty ass summers that are getting fucking 120 degrees. So I don't know when we're going to learn as a species that the planet is in fact round, and that everything that we do globally, economically, whatever, affects everything. And bringing it back here to this country, we don't have the bridges and the roads to be dealing with all this shit.
The bridges and
landslides here in California. There is property, $1 million property that's been there for decades, decades, just sitting on a mountain, enjoying a great neighborhood. And then a couple of days ago, the ground just went.
Yeah. Well, that's going to happen a lot. And, that's not, my one thing about being like, take that state we don't like is that, we are on an earthquake plane, and there are some major issues over here that will...
Listen, there's, I mentioned I was depressed, so I'm watching a lot of I'm watching a lot of doomsday things. I mean, we're a nuclear threat here, because of the fucking massive amounts of traffic getting out of this fucking state or the city would be.
What do you mean we're a nuclear threat?
I don't know. I was watching some fucking thing on YouTube, and it was like maybe a nuke could reach us or something. We don't have any nuclear power plants.
Maybe north. I don't know the answer to that.
But and also just what can happen, what the planet itself can do to us with the earthquakes and the fucking flooding and whatnot. It's like we're doomed. We're doomed here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure North Korea and Russia could probably hit us with a nuke if they wanted to, but Russia's
And
nukes
it would
are.
be an impactful hit. We would be an impactful hit.
I'd rather go in a nuke explosion than some sort of longer term decay.
I mean, as long as I don't know about it, look, I would have a panic attack towards the end. Listen, I've always said I just want to like go in my sleep. And I know that might be everybody's wish, but I don't want to know that it's coming. Like, I don't want to be kidnapped and murdered. Like, I don't want to
No, I don't want to be kidnapped and murdered. And I don't want to plummet in a plane, and I don't want to drown on a boat. But I think other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm trying. I think I would understand that we're all just stardust, and that upon death we would re-enter much more radiated into the world. I mean, the universe, and carry on. And it's really only a momentary moment of pain and fear and terror. But after that, it's all done.
I mean, remember those billionaires? Remember that imploding capsule in the billionaires?
Remember it. I think about it every day.
I remember being so annoyed because I was watching this one news outlet. I believe it was CNN, and they were interviewing some fucking professional, and the professional really wanted us to know that your body, for this many seconds, it takes this many seconds before it can like feel pain or whatever, before it registers pain. And they're like, and the imploding was so fast that they wouldn't have felt any pain. Like, really kind of reassuring. I'm like, I don't care. I kind of hope it hurt a little. I kind of hope it was at least, because so they could know that they made dumb mistakes.
I have a feeling that tiny little porthole was creaking really bad. I think that they had
moments to be like,
yeah, I feel like they were like, is it supposed to creak this bad? And the owner was like, no.
If that's the case, the moment I heard one creak, I'd be like, back up. Nope, one creak, one pop, one moan, one groan, one anything. Back up.
No, I agree. Also, not that we're planning on talking about it, but I saw there was the son who went to the Blink 182 concert, like while they were searching for his dad. Like, he's a stepson of one of the other billionaires, the British billionaire who died.
Yeah, he wasn't a blood son, right? Yeah.
No, he was like a stepson. But he was like, I'm inheriting all this money and still no women want to fuck me. And I was like, that's like the narrative right now for him. He's hilarious. On social media, and I'm just saying they took the wrong son down on the submarine with them. They should have.
They should have swapped him out.
That incel should have been imploded.
Yeah. But, and also, it's like, you can absolutely have sex, honey. You just have to buy it. Sorry, you're a billionaire. Do it. Like, if you like,
seriously. And honestly, for most incels, you get there in any part of it, you can get sex for cheap. Okay.
Yeah. Look,
save up. Don't buy your fucking your bullets and for like 1 week, and you'll be able to have sex with a prostitute. 2 weeks, a hot prostitute who will shit on your face.
Because it's always the white rich billionaires that are into the weirdest shit. So he better just be glad that we're only focusing on the fact that he was at a Blink 182 concert. Do you know what I saw on TikTok recently? I saw someone at one of those weird churches in one of the hillbilly states that dance with the snakes. With the poisonous snakes.
Okay.
So he's all dancing around preaching like, my God is a healer, fucking Lord Jesus Christ, fucking whatever. And holding this fucking venomous snake like around his head, being like, well, that fucking snake bit his face.
Yes, Queen.
And he died.
Yes, Queen.
Because after he got bit, he's still trying to be like, oh, the Lord will heal me. Don't you worry. The Lord. And everyone in that church was like, the Lord will heal you. Our Lord is a healer.
Jesus,
he died. Yes. And you know what? And I don't know what state that's in, but I'm going to guess it was Alabama, because a lot of action's been happening in Alabama. Alabama, you're in the news, Alabama, besides that alleged snake bite happening in your state.
And shocker, it's not for a good reason.
Yeah, Alabama. None of it's good. None of it's good, Alabama. And look, I don't know if we have any listeners in Alabama. And if we do, of course, we're never talking about you, because you are obviously smarter than the people around you. But fuck, is there anything you can do? Like, can you do anything? Like, is there any hope there? Or should we just shut it down? because Alabama Senator Tuberville, right? Is that his last name?
I think I heard it. I heard it pronounced today as Tuberville, and either way, it doesn't sound
Tuberville.
great.
Yeah, that sounds grosser.
Either way, it doesn't sound great. Yeah,
Tuber sounds dumber than tuber. So Tuberville,
old Mother Tuber. Yeah.
Who is apparently a first-term senator, which I had
like
no clue.
He got elected this last cycle.
I don't know your politics, Alabama, but you made a bad choice with this one. Former football coach, a prominent racist, obviously.
Yeah.
Has come out and said that white nationalism does not mean that people are racist. I think he thinks they're patriots because he says they're Americans. I think that he thinks that nationalism. Well, anyway, white patriot also sounds really bad.
When you start something with white,
yeah,
it doesn't often end that great.
From a
non-racist perspective. You know
You're missing the mark on that whole starting with white because then it immediately makes a whole bunch of other people not patriots. Yeah. So kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? But as Joy Behar says, some people are internationalists, and I agree. But anyway.
White internationalist also doesn't sound good.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, but then you're talking to a group over there. there's a group that will listen. They will be shaved head and wearing boots, and ready to step on your neck and piss in your mouth. But anyway,
not in a good way.
Like how detached? Because there's reporters that are like the definition from the dictionary is like what is this? Who does this motivate? I mean, obviously,
I mean, unfortunately, it's not going to hurt him in Alabama because that's his voting base is, for lack of a better term, white nationalists.
He's had to walk it back, though. To be fair, he's had to walk it back.
Well, he's had to walk it back because all other Republican senators,
all the other racists are like, shut up. Man.
How do you? Yeah, no, they are like, it's hard to be racist when you're being so racist.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and see, that's the thing too. Like, look, the old school racists, as I don't think they were ready for these more out of the closet racists because look, it's harder to be racist when you are blatantly, openly racist. And I think that's like when Mitch McConnell came out there and was like, blah, 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 saying whatever he said, choking on his own spit. Someone needs to put her to rest. I don't know what we're talking about, too old, but like he has done things to fucking make it harder for non-white faces and queer people throughout his whole fucking career.
Yeah, that's what he
does. Like save it. But you got to be less of an open racist. I've always said, listen, racism exists. We're never going to get rid of it. But I want him back in the closet. I want him back in the closet where I want the malicious back in the hills.
Yeah, no, agreed. And it's about, I mean, it's Biden's been using him as an easy fall. He also voted against all of the infrastructure bills and all this stuff. And he's going around Alabama now touting all of this government money coming in. So Biden's going around the country being like, especially talking about him and going to Margie's hometown and stuff and being like, here's all the stuff that you're getting. And I know your representatives are saying that they got it for you, but we all know that I gave it to you and they didn't actually want you to have it. And I love that, I mean,
look, say what you want about Biden's age. He has wanted to be president for ever,
50 years,
and he's finally president, and he is doing a good job.
Can we? I mean, can we just have a real conversation about this for just a moment? I think that it's important to be able. I think more people need to start saying out loud that they like Biden. I don't agree with everything. He's old. But I think he's doing a pretty good job, and he's at 40% approval rating, and a big part of that, and that's a big talking point. Can he win again? He's the least popular president to run for re-election, since Trump, and that didn't turn out well for Trump, But a big part of the reason his numbers are so low is because Democrats are not saying that they like him. And it's like, apart from his age, what is the biggest problem with Biden? AOC just said she's going to vote for him again. She doesn't see any reason not to, and not that we all follow AOC or all progressives do what AOC tells them to do. But, she's a leader of the movement. And Bernie's supporting him wholeheartedly again, because he is doing a really good job with a fucking mess.
Well, see,
if we started saying, if the narrative became Biden's actually pretty popular, because everything he's doing is actually pretty popular, but he's not. And it has to do with the fact that he's too old in everyone's mind. Get over it, everybody.
And also, it's like everything he's trying to do that has been stopped in shady ways. And if you can't see that as well, if you can't see obstructionists in Republican conservatives, then I don't know what you're paying attention to. Like we're never going to win over the conservatives, but it sucks to be a progressive thinking liberal person, because we have to fall under the Democratic Party. And that is the most ununified when it comes down to it's like, oh, well, what I care about is more important than what you care about. And we'll waver, or we won't vote, or we won't go. And it's like, it's so annoying, because it's like, if you really cared, you would know that things are better, much better than can you imagine 2 years after a pandemic with Trump being back in office? Could you imagine?
The country would be in chaos, and you can't, you can't convince people of something that didn't happen. But I just asked people to think about the history books are going to be very fucking, there's not going to be any, because the world has about 40 years left, but the history books in the long term would be very, very nice to Biden for literally maybe saving America from pure doom, because Trump wants to give pure doom to this country. And it's when it comes to the economy, that's, that the Republicans only talk about is Biden economics is bad. Now, even Biden saying, no, Biden economics is good. And he's even using Bidenomics or whatever as which was supposed to be their insult against it. Inflation is just every month. We talked about it last week. It was 4%. Now it's a whole new thing. It's 3%. That's a good direction for inflation.
But look, if we're talking about it truthfully, we have to think about, and I'm not even just talking about the flyover voters. I'm talking about the uneducated, strictly one source of news or whatever, which truthfully is the majority of the American voter, in my opinion, Republican or Democrat, are just dumber than they were and less engaged. And so it's like, and conservatives are louder. So
agreed, but this goes back to my point. Whereas another anti-Biden talking point is his poll numbers are low.
I don't care about polls. You're only calling landline people, you're stupid.
No, but there are different, but the point is that taking away, because Trump can be look at how unpopular fucking Biden is. If he was at 51%, which if Democrats all collectively said we actually like Biden and we're going to support him and we're actually kind of psyched because the country is a lot better off than it was fucking 2 years ago, a lot better off than it was fucking 2 years ago. And I actually kind of support the policies that are putting the country on the right track. And, I get it that he's old, but again,
he only grudges from their inconveniences, babe. That's
and I get it, but it's ageism for sure.
Yeah,
and
they're grudge holding ageist racists.
Yeah, no, or that too, but also, a lot of people don't like Biden because he's white. And I just want to say white nationalism.
Well, listen, we're at time, but before we go, I do want to get to the writer's strike real quick.
Oh yeah.
Because there was an art. Where was the article from? Case
Deadline
was saying that basically the studios and shit are waiting for all the writers to go broke before they start negotiations again, which that is some sick shit.
Well, and I was saying this the times in past when the strikes have happened, there's been a lot of leverage and there's been a lot of good things that have come out of it. Writers have never had to go up against tech money. And the tech ethos is destroy it all. disrupt it all. And tech money is a lot bigger than like Apple money is way different from and Disney money too.
They're $1 trillion company now.
Yeah, it's way different from what MGM used to be.
Like,
and so it's scary. No, go ahead.
I wish that fucking and the Android network would come up with some program to make texting between Apple and fucking Android's blue, so that way I could just leave fucking Apple, because $1 trillion. Oh, by the way, Alan Strickland Williams must be watching, because he says I like Biden. So
that's our boy.
And you heard it here first. And that is a good source to get your shit from, is Alan Strickland Williams.
For sure.
Casey,
he's
we're
the
done.
Voice of the people. And also, I mean, honestly, this is going to come out after a decision is made, but SAG is making a decision whether to strike or not, like today, I think. And so, I mean, Hollywood, you like, it's easy to forget. And it's also easy, I think, to be like, oh, these rich actors and writers, what are they striking for? Like, I think outside of Hollywood, that's not the case.
There's a lot more poor ones than rich ones. Just
exactly.
Listen, I don't understand why people don't understand that the entertainment industry is just like any other industry. Like, there are levels of every industry. Listen, there are crappy, like not crappy, but there are like smaller fucking plumber companies out there, and there are big plumber companies out there.
Yeah, big plumber.
Yeah, big. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So quit sitting here thinking that we're all sitting on $1 million fucking dollars, because if I am, I need to take a shit immediately, because I could use some cash.
Yeah.
Casey, we're done. We ended it on that.
What a great image.
Ended it on Tony Soto saying shit.
Well, can we honestly end it on the congratulations, Tony? I know you're depressed, but you should be very proud of yourself and very happy that you have created an event in the city of Los Angeles, one of the hardest places in the world to make your mark. You have created a truly historic and everlasting show. Learn the Words had its 8th year anniversary, and you should be very, very proud of yourself, because that place was jam packed. I couldn't even see you. I barely even got to see you.
How long did you stay? How long were you there? I know it was.
I left.
Alan was there didn't finish his drink.
No, Alan was tired and sleepy, and he needed to go. And I stayed till the second half. I wanted to see you, and then but it was like getting close to midnight, and my Duolingo streak was about to get blown up. So I was like, you know what, Tony, I love you, but I do got to get to 319 days in a row on Duolingo.
I know that you have to go, but like, speaking of the way that estamos estudiar español.
Sí.
Duolingo is I'm back on it. I'm doing the free version though. I'm not paying for it anymore.
Sí.
But it's too school oriented. I'm a 43-year-old man. I don't need to know that you're studying at the library. You know what I mean? I need more advanced shit. And I'm on course 31 or something. So it's like but I liked the audio book, but I wish I had the workbook. That's all.
Gotcha. And that's definitely something that we could have
tell somebody about that.
That's something we probably could have discussed that offline, but I'm happy. I mean, I guess it washed away the ending image of that shit.
I just want everyone to know that we're trying to learn Spanish. Tell us what you're doing besides learning Spanish.
I will be at a show called Hard Boiled in Pasadena on this Saturday. Follow my Instagram, Casey Ley, Ley. No threads yet, sorry. For information on that. And also I put up a lot of new comedy clips. If you are dying to see what I look and sound like on stage, feel free to follow and like and share my reels, baby.
Your reels. Nobody watches reels.
I don't. What do I have to do? TikTok? I'll get on TikTok. I'll get on TikTok. How long does it take? And when are they canceling it? I want to do it right before the government takes it away.
Is that it? Did you come to your end?
Yeah. What are you doing?
I love you. I'm not doing much. You know, I got that weekly show in West Hollywood every Wednesday at 10 p.m. at Stash. Come check that out. But, you know, just always follow me. I'm still a slave to Meta. I'm on Meta. I'm on the Insta. So anything drag, Tony Soto Productions, anything me, follow the Tony Soto Show on TikTok and Instagram. And we'll be back again next week with more useless banter for at least a half hour or more. Good night. Good day. It's morning. Good night. Look at me. I am depressed. I don't even know what time it is.
Time doesn't matter. All right, grow up, Jesus.
All right. I love you. Have a good day at work.
Will do.
I'll talk to you. Oh,
love you very much. But
yeah,
no, that's it.
But let's chat.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah.
All right.
And we'll hang out this weekend.
All right. Yes.